What's up, everybody? This is the 8 to 5 trader giving you guys my trades for the day. Today is June 8th, 2018, and is Friday, the last trading day of the week. Today I made 3 trades, and I came out ahead today, 101 realized, and at the commissions, which were 49.50, I came out net P&L of 47.33. This is a big difference between the $200 and $300, $400 days I was having previously, but I also had some pretty bad losses these past 2 days. So today I took it a little easier, focused a little bit more on my trades, and I was up a little bit more, but I made a bad trade on I think was ZUMZ later on, but we'll go over all of that, and we'll show you guys what we did. Well, no, that was NKTR. But for starters, we traded ZUMZ at the at market open. Let's see if I can find 1 minute. All right, we traded ZUMZ at market open. I had these on my my list. Why does that keep changing? ZUMZ and DAQ are actually low floats, so I was kind of very cautious on trading these. But ZUMZ made a big move down. It gapped up in pre-market, and then it sold off pretty hard in market open. As much as I wanted to get in right here, as I saw it fall and I realized it was a low float, I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave it alone. But it dropped from this 31.51 level that I had all the way down to 26.24. So I had the perfect level set up for it that I found in the pre-market and off the 1 day charts. But I did take the trade. I wanted to wait till after the first 5 minutes when I could find out kind of what direction the stocks wanted to go. So after the first 5 minutes, I went short 200 shares right here at 27.60. My target was previous day close, but we got a nice little move down. But I decided to cover here because I didn't want it to immediately squeeze up, kind of how it did here. But you'll see on DocuSign, DOCU, kind of where my mindset was as far as the squeezes go. But I took this trade to the short side and covered at the previous day close and made a good little bit of profit there. Then right after that, I took another trade. I waited a bit, then I took another trade to the short side. I took 100 shares, and I didn't get the move I was looking for, but I covered before the price action. I felt like the price action would possibly squeeze above the non-moving average on the 1 minute and take a big move to the upside. And on DocuSign, I took this trade right around the same time I took DocuSign. But DocuSign, I went short 100 shares because I knew this could possibly squeeze and go pretty high. And I really didn't want to get stuck in a big loss, but I still ended up losing $70 on this trade. I went short thinking we are going to go back down to lower day. We failed to break high. We failed to close above this non-moving average, and we started to consolidate. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go back down. So once the price actually started to move down, I was like, okay, we're going to push all the way down to the previous day close. We're going to get a nice little move out of this. 50 cent, I was risking 50 cent for really around 40 cent. Not really the best risk to reward, but my stop was above this non-moving average. But the price action squeezed all the way up, like right here. It happened so fast that I ended up getting a very, once it popped up, it didn't really like go gradually. It just went boom. It kind of popped, and I was like, okay, let me get out of this. Then it went up some more, and then it finally started to consolidate, and that's when we finally got that sell-off that I was looking for. But by that time, I just left it alone, and I didn't want to, I didn't want anything else to do with it. But this is the move that I was looking for, and I was just too early on it. So I lost $70 on that. Then I came and took a nice little trade on NKTR. So NKTR has been really good to me. I made a good little bit of money on this in my simulator, and I lost some on it too, but I've mostly had good things about it. So the price action squeezed up, then came down, fell to close below VWAP. Then it tried again to make a breakout, and it couldn't. So once this started to make a move back down, I figured, okay, since we're nearing VWAP and I got a late entry, I saw it right around here at 54.50. By the time I went short, price action was already moving down. So I still took the trade to the short side with my stop above VWAP on the 5 minute. Went short 200 shares, got the move down. My initial target was here at the non-moving average, but being that it just kept pushing down, I just watched the momentum of it. And eventually I said, okay, I'm going to cut it off here at the 20 moving average on the 5 minute. And I took all my trade off here, and then the price action squeezed back up. So I think I got some good stuff out of that. Then later on, the price action did end up pushing up the VWAP and rejecting it and making a move to the downside. Now, today I told myself that I was not going to trade between 10 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. Oh no, 10:30 a.m. and 10 and 10:30. in the morning, because a lot when I'm looking at my analytics, I tend to lose a lot of money around this time, and I decided to wait till after 10:15, 10:20 before I started looking at trades again. So I got caught up with work because I do trade while I'm at work, and I just didn't get a chance to make any trades or capitalize on any of the 10:15, 10:30 moves. And really didn't get any, but to the upside, some moves happened. So we had a reversal here on Docu. NKTR did make a nice little move to the downside, which has been a nice little move, but again, I didn't take it. We look at that on the 1 minute. Where's the 1 minute for this? The 1 minute pretty much is this right here. You could have easily got in at one of these moving averages after the price action went up and then failed. You could easily got in to the short side, got a nice little profit from 54.10 all the way down to 53.60. That's 50 cents. So that's a good little move, because a lot of times it's 200. If it doesn't, what I've seen is this 200 doesn't get touched, this little white line right here, there's a good chance it's going to go up and then eventually touch. See, I just kept going up and it never really lost to 20 on the 1 minute. So then we got that move, final big move down to the downside. So, it never really broke the 20. Good entries at, 3 different instances, actually, if you want to make some profit. So it offered the opportunities. And then we came later at 11:15 and made the move to the downside. Then I impulsively kind of got in this trade right here. I took 100 shares. I kept my trading software open later, thinking I could get some afternoon trading in just to see how it would go. I don't usually trade in the afternoon, but I saw that we had a lot of downside potential right here. We made a new low. We didn't make a new high. As soon as I got in, even though we did not make a close below the 50 right here, probably would have been a good chance to get in after we broke this 50 and held it probably right here. Even though we got a small squeeze of 10 cents, eventually you did get the sell off all the way down to almost 53. So I ended up taking this. The price action dropped. My signal for me was we consolidated, never really broke the 9. We didn't break the 50. We didn't break the 20. We got it close below the 9 right here. We squeezed up, but I guess I should have took that as a possibility of it squeezing. Got in right here at the kind of chopped down, then immediately it squeezed up, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get out, because at this point I was up by 80 bucks, 85 something, and then this knocked me back down to the upper 40. So at this point I just left it alone. Then we finally got the sell off that I was looking for. Only took 100 shares. Glad I only took 100, but I think I pressed 200. Even though that was a bad idea, especially at this time of day, there wasn't a lot of volume, so not a lot of momentum. So I had to wait a longer time for this move to possibly happen, which means it could have went the other way. Not a lot of trader support at this time of day because people are closing out the trades, they're going out to lunch and everything, and then that's when you get that more volume, later on in the day, right before the market closes, which is right there. So no volume, a lot of volume in the mornings, volume chills out and flattens out, then you get that big spike at the end of the day. So ultimately, this wasn't a good idea, but I'm glad I didn't let it go too far. But the move the move did happen. It's just, I just didn't get in at the right time. So it is what it is. But I ended my day plus 101 after commissions plus 47.33. So I think it was a good day. I'm slowly making my way back after that big loss, though. That let's see, that $700 day of losses pretty much, and we're going to slowly build back, and I'm going to keep the strategy the same. But, I'm still working on making sure that these runners right here just don't get away from me, these big squeezes. I got to be able to manage those and cut those off right here. But, as you guys see my strategy, a lot of times if I don't cover at these spots, you eventually do get that sell off. But it's for some reason whenever I'm either just picking the wrong trades or what, because we squeezed up here, didn't really make a big pop, and then we finally got the sell-off versus this. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm trading the same kind of stock. I'm getting that move down to the downside. This is what I'm looking for, and then we get the opposite move, and it just goes up violently. But I guess I should have looked here. I should have looked at this as a possible indication of what could happen. But anything can happen and will happen, so you got to be prepared for it. And luckily, I got out before in time. But it is what it is. So those are my trades for the day. This is the end of the week. I think I did pretty well this week despite my big losses. I can't let that stop me and let that mess up my mental game. I got to stay mentally sharp. So I'm going to go into the weekend reflecting and make sure I got in my head on what I need to do next week. So hopefully one day I can slowly move back, gaining the confidence and having everything I need to do as far as my technical analysis and my trades and stuff go and also my mental game. So when I do go live for the third time, I will have everything I need to do to make sure I can grow my account and make this a consistent and profitable thing, because I want this. I want it a lot, and I feel like I'm not putting as much time in it as I should, and I'm going to work on that. So I do trade, I do document this and do these recaps now, so it's forcing me to look at this after I stop trading and after I get off work. So hope you guys subscribe and like the video so you guys can follow my journey, and I will see y'all next week. Have a good weekend.